Last week on Trope RPG.
So, Marmaduke, it's been a pleasure to dance with you. If you don't mind, I am. Yep, he's asleep. Okay.
This is my English teacher.
Yeah, your English teacher.
And I say, God, I've missed you, Gregory.
She may be able to attend the Wycliffe Ball with you.
The what?
Pleasure to meet you properly. I sent some correspondence to your manor that was not well received.
Yes, you ridiculed my father's insanity. You're so kind, you're so perfect.
Yes, I am.
Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
Welcome back to Trope RPG, where chaotic comedians will be playing through your favourite movie genres. This is episode 3 of Siblings and Suitors.
Huzzah!
Yes.
Very nice.
How are we feeling after the Wycliffe Ball, the first ball of the year in
Yes.
high society?
It was jam-packed.
It was jam-packed, and apologies were sent for the poor jam.
No, I'm pretty sad because my English professor lover has left me with a peacock feather in his pocket. He's gone. And now I am left at the ball on my lonesome with no bachelor.
You're lower, I'd say, like Gregory Doncaster, you're a teacher from the local university. He is, in terms of wealth and status, probably like a 2 out of 10.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the rift between you, and even despite all of your efforts to sometimes falsely, sometimes sincerely put him at ease,
Yes.
it's just a little bit too tough. Yeah.
Yes.
I got engaged.
Brad.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and like I've had like 2 minutes to think about it, and I'm like, was I pressured into that? I feel like I said yes, and now, and right afterwards, just the shock of it. I didn't want to embarrass Cliffwood.
Yeah.
And I'm now just feeling a little like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Well, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Were you feeling chemistry?
I don't know. I was feeling a bit more biology. Maybe.
Let your body do the talking.
Yeah, but chemistry, I'm not sure. I just realised I've made a choice that maybe I'm not so sure.
Huge choice.
This is my life. This is my
This is your life now.
reputation.
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
And Lady Jane, I believe, was saying that Cliffwood was maybe not everything the archive said that he was.
Yes, Lady Jane had a bit, took you aside to.
You're being a fool, right?
Yeah, she was brash. She
Lady Jane had a
denigrated your whole family. She had a lot to say. She sort of she basically tore down the Southerly sibling family name
Yeah.
in front of you. And similarly also tore him down, like Cliffwood said that
Yeah.
he was not all that he was cracked up to be.
Yeah. So is she a crazy person, or is she just very honest and maybe knows more than than I know? Or is she a crazy person?
Hard to know. And
Well,
how
she's a woman in that era, so probably.
she's hysterical. She needs to be lobotomized, I guess.
That's not what I was saying.
And so Daphne has miraculously reconnected with Jacqueline Trunchbull of the Budapest Circus.
I believe just Trunch, if I could very carefully place up the paper walls that keep this world together.
And also the fend off the lawsuits from the Daleks.
So true.
Mention it.
No, you're so right. Jacqueline Trunch.
Yes.
We've had a fiery moment by the fish pond.
Yes.
But in all honesty, I'm a bit worried because I value elegance and my reputation so much.
Yeah.
I know that my family and the general society might not approve of my travelling butch mommy wife.
Yeah. And it's hard to, like, she offered to run away with you, to elope, which is truly a nuclear option when it comes to your life and reputation in this world.
Yeah. And I said that where we left it was that I said I would consider it if we also were able to bring my servant, as I'm unable to communicate.
Yes,
most of the time
and
without
Jacqueline pointed out that you wouldn't have any money to pay this servant, of which you got into like a long conversation about simple economics of buying and selling. You've never paid, which makes sense. You've never had to pay for anything.
No.
You've never been paid by anything. Strange.
I did have a general query before we launch into the next episode. So aren't we loaded?
You are, but loaded in such a way that you would not, unless you are a bit of a cad, you would not have money around.
Yeah.
You just have stuff and titles. People just do things for you.
We're rich in assets.
You're rich. You're incredibly rich in name and assets. But it's almost like money's beneath you.
Sure.
And money
We're
we
not
need to get
liquid.
permission to have, right? But you still get an allowance or have to ask for money.
Yes. Like you could definitely ask your father or servants for like a cash.
Can't make
or for
our own
things.
financial decisions.
Yes, but currently, you are completely.
And in this era, can women own businesses?
We'll say
Mark
in this
would say
world,
no,
in
clearly.
I heard you. I know.
Mark's kicking me under the table. He passed me a note that says, "Don't let."
Mark
them
would just say the women are
businesses."
crazy and
He said
shouldn't
women
run
are crazy.
And weirdly, it's not even his character saying it, it's Mark. It's like Mark.
She had the
is
most
Mark.
horrid things to say about all of you. I did nothing but defend our family. Now all of a sudden, I'm the biggest sexist in town.
So, Tom, how is your love life?
Well, I, in a petty move, attempted to thwart my brother's romances.
Yes,
and,
Eobard.
all it seemed to do was increase his likelihood of romance.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I had a ravishing dance.
You were arranged. Your mama and papa arranged a meet with you with the ancient Marmaduke Ashford, I believe his name is.
Which says a lot about my low reputation that my parents are trying to hook me up with the least eligible bachelor at the entire ball.
But he is incredibly wealthy, and you learned a wonderful dance from him, the Imperial Stand.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll have a lot that I can learn from Sir Marmaduke.
Yes, 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 you can. While he is awake. So, as we return now to a beautiful walk by the lake. So the lake around near your home, you see many people come here to promenade, to walk about, and the four of you do traipse along.
Is the ball done?
The ball is
a
done.
new
The
day.
ball is done. This is a new day. This is, in fact, not just a new day. A month has passed
Okay.
Whoa.
as it rolls by, and the spring has sort of continued and progressed even further. There's
I have a
sort
question.
of light
Sorry
rains.
to interrupt. Are we meant to know what's happened for our character in the month? Do we have a backstory for that month or no?
You can say if you'd like to say some things have occurred or some things haven't. You by all means
Okay.
can. But time has sort of jumped forward.
Sure.
But I would assume that it has been whilst that night at the ball was a spike in intensity and passion and surprise. It dithers back down to the humdrum of everyday life of society. You may struggle to maintain connections if, like, as you, I assume, try to reach out to your scholar, Gregory Doncaster, and I find it's difficult to get a hold of people when they are trying to evade you. You may leave letters, you may try to catch him, but if he doesn't want to be found, if he doesn't want to be seen, it's going to be hard. And similar for all of you. And if you don't want someone to talk to you, it is easy to turn people away at your door. So a month has quickly gone by, and you're all promenading along the lakeside together. What would you like to do? As you see people sort of walk back and forth, you can sort of just barely sometimes hear people whispering as they go by. That's the Southerly siblings. Southerly siblings.
If I may.
Yes.
I would like to whisper to Eobard.
Yes.
And I'd say, "Oh, brother, when on earth are you going to tell them?"
Tell us what? Too much whispering in this park?
You did not whisper softly enough for us
We
not
can
to
hear you
hear.
from the other side of the
We're
lake.
standing right next to you.
On the other side of
We're
the
standing
lake.
right next to you on the other side of the lake. It's a thin lake.
It's one of those. It is both a thin lake, like a canal of sorts, but it is also like the water is fairly still, so the sound travels.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those. It's like one of those
Bouncing off
audio
lily pads.
illusions bouncing across the lily pads,
Bouncing
where
off
you
lily
can
pads.
you can whisper at one end, and as long as you guys keep time with each other's steps, you can whisper to each other.
And we are. We're perfectly in sync.
So I get out my megaphone and I whisper across
You
the
take
way.
your rolled cardboard.
Earbud, what are you going to tell us?
Oh, sister, the news best saved for...
They're going to find out sometime or another.
Find out what, Jack,
sister,
me out with it.
Did you not hear it the other night?
Hear what? No, I did not.
Tell them, Eobard. Tell them what you did with Lady Battling.
What that I attempted to woo her miserably?
I think we all know that you hate fucked.
You hate fucked.
They hate cheating. So our brother hate
fucked
Lady Jane. Unbelievable.
Just to clarify.
What a
Just to clarify,
disgusting turn of
you may
events.
have. I will say this of the rumor Daphne has heard. I will say perhaps you have heard hate fucked because it's like this sort of whisper chain that has occurred in the months that have come to pass from the heated, passionate exchange they had even in hatred with each other. That the rumor mill has churned about London and come back to you. So false or true, you have heard this.
Daphne, where did you hear that from?
I heard it from all the girls down at the shoe shop.
Down at the shoe shop?
And what were you doing?
So the local shoe shop are talking about how you are shagging the who? Who did you shag?
In a hateful manner.
Lady Jane Batley.
In an aggressive, angry way.
But a gentleman never tells when he's hate fucking or otherwise.
Yes. What a strange concept.
That is a very strange concept.
What about you, sister? Why don't you tell everyone your news?
Yes.
I overheard something about a circus in Budapest.
No, well, I was simply going to cheer on good old Von Strudel. Our dear brother.
No, well.
Nothing else.
Daphne, tell me.
Tell us.
Tell us.
Tell you
Tell
what.
us.
How did that large German woman, butch as a baker's dozen, come to find her way at the party? I'm ever so curious to know.
Yeah, please.
She used to spank me rotten in the circus, and then all of
You
a
and
sudden...
I both, Von Strudel.
Yes,
He's still got the hand imprint on his bottom.
yes, I do. Doesn't matter how much soap
If you
I
do not
use,
keep your voice
my
down, everyone
butt
will
is
hear.
And you see.
Let them hear. This river is thin.
Be talking at this volume about dangerous sex that both of you are having. You are having sex that you don't really want because you hate them, and you are being spanked by a German butch mummy.
No,
So this conversation is briefly interrupted by a lady with like an umbrella and a man who's like in a rowboat, just moving, and it just moves in between the shallow lake between you.
Sorry.
And you hear, and you don't know these people. You say, yes, this is the southerly siblings. Apparently, yes, the southerly sprint is quite sort of, and it keeps moving past.
And we go, oh, so they don't hear us.
Oh, you can yell to them.
I was just going to
Step on the
say,
canoe.
quickly, let's distract
You
them.
bump it with your foot to stop it moving. Yeah.
Oh, no, because
No,
if they're
he
gone,
does.
that's fine.
Yeah,
oh, you
no,
bump.
I'm bumping on one. I want to...
There's nothing to see here. We're all just hanging about, aren't we, siblings?
Yes, we are.
And singing our famous family song.
Yes. Harmony is all that we the best when you are sisters and brothers and
best.
and then I maroon them.
And you push them and it banks them up onto the riverbank. He goes, oh, how improper. My lady, no, don't. And he, like, the gentleman gets out and he's, like, slipping in the mud to try and, like, put it back on. They go, oh, utterly beastly. And they get into the boat and continue on their way. But and you see your mama comes up.
Mama! We're just singing our favourite song, Mama.
Don't listen to any salacious rumours about me, Mama. They may be true, but I will neither confirm nor deny them.
I see. No, I try to avoid any salacious rumours, but what rumours would there be of my lovely children, my demure, sweet babies?
Just one that we are potentially venturing into a new business, Mama.
Yes, that's the only rumor
That's the only
that
thing
is
we
spreading
have
about
talked about.
town.
Business. You strange children, you can't run a business.
Yes, Daphne here.
You're
Yes.
right.
None
Yes.
of you can.
I believe any woman can do anything she puts her mind to.
And I agree with that.
We're talking about different things. I don't think any of you can run a business because you're rich. You're rich and noble.
But maybe we want to give back to the poorer community, Mama.
That's
'Cause,
right.
you know,
She
even
starts to throw up. Oh gosh, Alice, you must stop reading those books. They've poisoned your mind.
And Mama, you must stop eating that jam because you just threw it up.
It's the worst jam has ever come upon us. It is like a plague.
That is
a
exactly-
plague over Egypt.
Yes, do tell me, Mama, when will the good jam be back? I must tell you, I am clogged up with this bad jam.
We may squabble, but one thing we all agree on is a good jam.
And that brings me to my next point, Mama. The reason we are all down at this lake is we are researching and finding the best new ingredients because we are launching a jam brand.
And she drops her microphone.
As your mother weeps at you starting a business.
Brothers and sisters.
Indeed.
Yeah.
She continues
We haven't ironed out the details.
We're still sort of...
That's why we're here.
She continues to sob as you are. We sweep into a more sort of fluid now next week to month of your lives as you settle upon what is occurring around London. As letters come and go, as messengers arrive, as escorts are given, as carriages are rode in, what are you doing around London this season?
We are going to the opera.
To the opera. So all of you at the opera.
Yes.
So
My
you're all
family
at the
affair.
opera. As you're like in your booth, up in the booth.
Because the Budapest Circus are the opening act.
Yes.
Of
And
the
I'm
opera.
back for one last
And she
to
enjoys
prove
that.
to my fiancé that my reputation, despite my falling at his party and having Lady Jane say the most dastardly things about my family, who I love,
Yes.
is all but nil.
It seems. So time. Can I say something? So time has passed, though. Like you had your moments of doubt, right? As you
They're
weren't
gone.
sure. As like time has passed, like
Yeah, where are we at with
like
your
weeks have
marriage?
flowed on. No, but that's a
no,
very
I-
eloquent question. Like you were going back and forth. You sent some correspondence. You were like, "Is this right? I'm not sure."
I've been delaying.
You've been delaying. And
Delaying
I will
the
say,
wedding.
whilst you three are in this booth, you see Mr. Cartwright comes down and will pull you aside.
The butler?
Daphne.
Who's Mr. Cartwright?
Mr. Cartwright's your butler, your elderly butler.
Yeah.
Daphne, if you please come into the hallway for a moment.
Yes, what is it, Mr. Cartwright?
I've been bid to give you this.
A picture book!
So none of you are here. And he
It's
goes,
a letter, darling.
I can read it for you, should you wish.
Yes, please. I'd love for you to open it too.
Of course, of course.
My fine motor skills are also affected by the accident.
You're so lovely. You've never used your fingers a day in your life.
Ew.
Ayo. Sorry, a little Cartwright singer. Oh.
What does it say, Mr.
My true dearest, if only your mother had picked you for me at the start of this year. Alas, I wasn't to know how deeply I would fall for you. I have continued the pretense with your sibling for their honor, but now I must be true. If you wish to have me, come to my garden tomorrow night, and we shall marry in secret. Yours, if you would choose me, Lord Henry Cliffwood, my dear. If you were to do this, the Duchess would surely name you the heir and not your brother Theodore, as we have all been talking. I feel I was not meant to see this, and
Was this definitely for me?
none of you hear it. The butler Cartwright, he leaves you to your own confusions.
Oh, shit.
I'm stretching backstage. I'm getting my cannon trick.
You're in your unitard.
Yes, it's where I'm fired upright into the sky, and then I land on a pig,
Yeah.
and then I ride it around town, and then we feast upon its meat.
And I'm wearing a gigantic peacock fascinator, and someone 5 rows behind me goes, "Excuse me, we can't see past that." And then I spin around and take a long time looking and scanning the audience to see if Gregory is in the crowd.
Okay.
And he isn't.
Alas, he is not. He is
Yeah.
not rich enough for opera. And I would say days roll by, and
I daintily place this letter in my bosom
yes.
at the front of my
On the tit.
plunging chest.
Just left of the nipple.
So days later, as you are lounging around the manor house, you see a servant comes into your chambers earbud, where you are like practicing your saber and sword play. And he goes, "Sir, it appears that a missive has arrived for you. I'm afraid I'm not able to tell who it's for, but the servant assured me that it was for you."
Very good. While I read it, fetch me today's collection of jams for me to try.
Sir, please, not while you're holding the sword.
I use the sword to cut the letter.
Yeah, and the servant, sweating, goes to fetch the jams.
Oh my God, that's hard to read. Dear dear something.
Do you want to show the camera? Unintelligible. Unintelligible save for several words.
Give us several words that I could make out. Dear, pudding, love, ships, horse.
And you recognise the signature. It is the failing hand of Marmaduke Ashford.
Sir Marmaduke, oh, I should have told from your loose scrawls that this was you. Oh, I would like to pen a reply.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir.
And I write it in the same way.
Please, dictate, sir. Your fingers seem to still be shaking from how hard you grip the saber.
Thank you. My response is, Dear Marmaduke, love.
Sir?
Dictate as I have written, phonetically, please. Romance.
Sir,
I'm writing back to him in the way that he's written to me. This is how we communicate.
I understand, sir, but I just... very well, very well.
Don't understand me and our love language that we share. It involves gibberish.
Whip
Of
him.
course.
The servant.
Oh, my goodness. Sir.
Do not deny my brother his wishes. Come with me. I shall whip you.
As is custom.
As his cousin.
This is normal.
Do not let I am soon to be a Cliffwood, although I am having my doubts. But soon I will be richer than all the merry butchers in all the land combined. The meat men in this country make a fine living. And as a rich man, I can take whoever I want and whip them to my pleasure and choosing.
So
Dictate my brother's letter, you swine!
He finishes the dictation of the letter.
At the bottom I'll say, P.S. I wish to see you soon.
Oh!
Can you give me? Can you give me a very quick? Yeah. Can you give me a quick? Can you give me a quick elegance roll? It's just going to be a 2. It's just going to be a 2.
2!
The bare minimum of you being actively pursued by an ancient suitor to say, how about we meet? An arrangement is made for you to meet later that week.
And quickly, while Teddy's there, I'd like to say, Teddy, I must ask, your romantic skills impress me. What do you think of my potential suitor, Sir Marmaduke?
Well, dear brother, all I say is pick your fiancée, who you choose to wed, carefully. I worry I may have made a mistake myself, so...
There's a knock from the servant that you previously just whipped.
Yes?
He comes in, he goes, hello, sir. It seems there has been an additional letter. This time I was told to hurry it to you.
Really?
Yes.
Give it to me now before I whip you again.
As would be correct.
Don't worry, brother. If he doesn't dictate your letter well, I shall whip him for you.
And this is why we are so close as brothers.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Oh my. It says, I am sorry. You deserve better. Signed, Lady Jane Battling.
Whatever could that mean?
I think it means she's sorry and that perchance I deserve better.
But so, in what sense, brother?
From what she told you.
Oh, yes, very good. Very good. I had thought of it with that context. Yes.
Do you wish to send a reply, sir?
Well, yes, I do.
You deserve
I say, what in the devil are you talking about, you crazy woman?
That must be it.
Yes.
And we're back!
Are you sure, sir?
No, okay, let's try again. Try that out. I say,
I'm standing nearby, whip at the ready.
whip at the ready. You best do exactly what I wish.
Oh, we haven't started.
Yes. Say, what a curious letter. What an intriguing, well, not proposition, but it's just strange to hear from you in such a way. What do you mean? I have so many questions. Meet me in the sewers.
Sir?
Meet me in the sewers, in the aqueduct underneath London, where we shall discuss, and my questions will be answered by you, perchance, just meet me in the aqueduct.
Did you want all the inners?
Yes, brother.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Meet me at 4 before dawn on Tuesday. Unless you're busy. Then let me know. Bye-bye.
No worries if not.
No worries if not. Love you. Signed, me. Teddy. Thank you.
To sign.
I'm sorry, I have a headache.
Teddy, could it be that you've caught the eye of the most eligible young lady in all of London?
And could it be that you've caught the eye of the oldest, dribbliest man in all of London?
Well, I don't want to brag, but yes.
That's fine.
And could it be that I've got the eye of the best shot putter in all of London?
Okay, so a couple days later, you've still not heard from Gregory.
No.
And you've been waiting and watching. As you see, letters have come for your siblings. You're there as like rain patters along the window.
Yes.
And you do see, as your father is like handing out some of the correspondence, he goes, "Oh, that's strange. There must
That
have been
one for me, Papa?
Yes, must have been a mistake.
What?
Nobody wants anything for you. It must have been strange.
Well, can I please have it?
Well, are we sure this isn't a mistake?
A mistake that I have a letter?
Yes, because you're so bookish.
Because I'm so bookish?
Yes.
How dare you? Please pass me the letter. I'd like to read it.
I can't watch this. Too sad. And
I don't
your
need
father
you.
leaves.
You to watch me read a letter? Why is it so little? Clearly they ran out of paper. Always get the brunt of the litter. Hello. I saw a fine horse today in town. It made me think of you. Miss Octavia Fairfax.
So a friend of your sister's.
A friend. Oh. A friend of my sister's.
And there's a nice drawing of the horse.
Yes, there is.
Its nose looks quite phallic.
So I have a relationship with Octavia.
It's strange you don't. It's rather strange that she's reached
I saw a
out.
fine horse today in town. And it made me think of you.
And you've sort of like, it's one of those things where this friend of your sister's she cares about horses.
Yes.
She loves horses.
Yes.
But much in the same way, actually, I'll get you to do an intuition check from this. Can you hit an intuition of 12? Because it's hard to understand her.
15.
15. You get a sense that she lives a life with sort of like a narrow focus of the things that she loves.
Yeah.
And similar to you, and there's like
Yeah.
an insight in this, she has like a limited language to which express her emotions. So you get the sense that she's reached out to you because she likes you
Yep.
and doesn't know you, doesn't know how to talk to you.
Can I write back?
Of course.
I grab the same servant. Who's the servant?
The servant, let's call him Wimple.
Wimple, please come here.
Yes, ma'am.
Get out your quill and...
Yes.
Yes.
Of
Can I
course.
just pop my head in quickly and go, if it gives you any flack, feel free to...
Thank you, brother, but I should be fine.
Okay.
Dear Octavia,
Of course.
thank you for your letter. I thought it'd be best that I respond in the same way that you have written to me, with words. And I didn't think that was funny, but I'm glad that got a laugh. Octavia, is it Octavia? Am I pronouncing that incorrectly? Is that why it's
No,
funny?
you're correct.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Octavia, I find it peculiar that you have written to me when I don't know you quite well. However, it would be rude of me, and woman to woman, I must write back to someone that writes to me. So here is a poem that I am going to improvise about you.
We had the same letter writing teacher growing up. Alice and I.
If you were a horse and stood on a field, perhaps we could ride and go for a meal. Perhaps it would be jolly and maybe quite fun, and you and I could chat facts under the sun. So meet me by the trees down by the lake, and you and I can rendezvous and we'll break some bread and some butter and maybe some jam, but not the fucked jam. Instead, maybe some ham. I appreciate this letter, and I recognize that I'm using a lot of trees by writing this, but sometimes the environment has to wait, because I will be thinking about this letter for a long time. This is a beautiful sapphic connection.
It's gotten dark.
Maybe one day they'll write a film about us.
My hands.
That's beautiful. Warm regards. Use the final bit of this pen, please. Warm regards. You know who it is. Your favourite horse. Giddy up. Alice.
Shall I take this one to the printers?
The printers.
Oh, sorry, I'm so used to you sending off me with with stacks of your fiction.
No, and whilst you're there, can you grab one peacock feather from that peacock and put it in the letter? It's kind of my thing now.
My lady, that peacock, I cannot suffer it for me to catch it once more.
Okay.
I mean, I shall.
Well, I would like you to draw, or get one of the artists that live in this grand house, a very realistic drawing of a peacock feather to attach into the letter.
Of course, of course.
My watercolours are under the second drawer.
Of course, of course.
Underneath my garters and whatever the fuck you said.
Gussets?
My gussets.
Of course, of course.
Thank you.
And he leaves. So a couple of days later, we have our meeting with Lord Marmaduke Ashford, which was, where was it exactly that you decided to meet?
I don't think we agreed, but I think we would both have fun doing war reenactments.
For sure. So you were in his war parlour of his manor house. His manor house, incredibly huge. The Ashford Manor, of which he has several, and most rooms in here are unused. They are just like sheets over things. And you are inside in the war room. It is dusty, it is smoky as he chuffs a cigar. And he goes, "Yes, and I shall move my Prussian hussars forward."
Oh, very good move, Sir Marmaduke. You've got me again.
I think you're wonderful.
Oh, thank you. I think you're nice.
Not a servant around.
You need something liquids again? It was very dry. You seem so dry. Oh, hang on. I'll reach around. I'll find a bell.
Yeah, you find a bell, and they bring in like a brandy bottle, and one of the servants come over and they say, "I believe he wishes for you to do it. This is his way."
Please, it would be my pleasure. I'll take the brandy and I'll lean over, one hand sort of behind the back, and I'll pour the brandy.
And are you like, and he goes,
oh, I'm pouring it in his mouth. Oh, wow. I thought I was just pouring him a glass of it. Okay. I'm feeding him.
Enough.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you seem so dry. Are you better now?
That is the courage I needed. He bends down as low as he can go before his legs give out, and he stumbles the boy and goes, "It would be my honor if you would be my wedded match."
You wish to marry me, Sir Marmaduke?
I wish it so.
My word, may I have time to consider your generous proposal?
Of course.
I do not wish to be
No, I wish to be proper.
I just think that, boy, you send my heart a-racing, a thump, and I don't want to get wooed in by a wooer.
And you see, like, there's a priest standing in the doorway, and he just goes, no, it's gone a different way.
Perhaps, Sir Marmaduke, I feel I've told you so much about me, and yet I know so little about you.
Yes.
What happened to your previous marriage?
My many other marriages?
Yes.
Oh, terrible, sad stories, all of them.
All of them?
All of them.
Okay.
The last one, it was a young woman, and she fell off her horse near the cliffs. And he will go on to tell you over the next couple of hours the long line of partners and their strangely tragic ends.
Okay, like they've all died?
They all are dead. So, Daphne, you have received this secret missive from Cliffwood, and it is as the time sort of rolls on. Do you meet again, as he asked, in the moonlit gardens?
Yes. So I go to the garden.
Okay. So in the dead of night, underneath the moonlit gardens, you are there. You see him waiting, rather improper for you to meet outside of any servants or anything, and he sees you and he goes, "Oh, my word, you've come."
I have 1,000 questions.
Well, I believe I'll have just but one answer that will answer them all.
When did this start?
The first time I saw you, I fell in love with you.
Is that when I was being very mysterious?
It was indeed.
And what do you think I offer you? What makes you think I would be happy with you?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I could offer you, except my love and devotion, and you could come live with me in the Cliffwood Manor, and...
Right, but you're not telling me what you like about me.
Oh, you're very beautiful and seem elegant and calm and kind, and, well, as I expressed in my letter, I'm ready. And you see there is a man of the cloth. With a priest. With his sort of like little thing. He seems like shuffling on his feet, and he goes, and as I said, I would be happy to do this now, tonight, if you would just trust me.
I have one question for you.
Of course.
What exactly is your stance on horses?
Horses.
Horses.
Horses. Can you give me what me, Matt? He searches inside himself, and
Naturally.
he says,
Naturally.
I feel not deeply about them. But if there's something that you love, we could ride horses all our lives.
Well, then you don't understand me at all.
Can you make an intuition check here? Can you hit an 8 for me? 4. You can't quite read him, but he seems truthful.
Okay. So you're telling me that you do love horses and you wish to ride them every day?
If that's what you love.
What about shot put?
Again, I would do what you would do.
I'm not very smart, but it feels like you're telling me what I want to hear.
If that's something I was able to do, I'll do it all.
Oh, you're being annoying. Shut up.
I beg your pardon.
You're being fucking annoying.
Excuse me, madam.
I dive into the fish pond.
Oh my God. My goodness. I'm sorry, Father. My goodness.
And I swim all the way to Germany.
By which the sovereign ground that the Lord has bought on the other side of the pond. As you emerge, muddy, wet. We get our like classic slow motion emerging from the water period romance shot of you.
I crawl like this out of the river.
Your clothes clinging to you as you come forth.
Clinging to my bosom.
Yes.
It still has the letter in it.
Yes.
Oh no, wrong person. No, it doesn't.
No, that's the same person that you just talked to.
Oh yeah, but I don't want that letter.
Yeah.
I want something for Trunch.
Yeah. As you have your sort of like your out of the water moment, we move down through the flowing water, down into the sewers of London. As you see a lady, yes, which are fine, lily-ponded, beautiful.
Yes, I get my servants to come down and clean the aqueduct every second. It's I have a house. I'm house proud.
Good on you.
But for London.
Yes.
You see Lady Jane Batley. Is there? She goes, I don't know why you would choose to meet in such a strange place.
Well, we cannot be seen on the surface together.
Certainly not, certainly.
Who knows what the rumour mills will make?
Oh, they've already been going wild with tales of the southerly sprint. I don't know if you've heard of it. That's what they're calling it.
What, that we're fast on our feet?
No, that you're all dashing to get married so that you do not get cut out from your grandmother's estate.
Perchance that may be true. I've been worried about Clifford. The first time we made love was like our souls.
You've made love with Cliffwood?
Yes, several times. Several times. Well, he's my husband-to-be. He said this is what they all do, is it not?
I suppose
he needed to test the motor before buying the car.
It seems that tight no longer is what I'm hearing.
well, my reputation of being tight. I'm as tight as I ever was, thank you very much. God. I do my pelvic floor exercises every hour. On the hour, I'm doing them right now. What? Don't look at me like that!
I can see it. The strange rhythm of tensing in your eyes.
Yes. But ever since then, things have seemed strange between us. I feel like we rushed into something. And although I do want to wed to win my family's estate, I also wish to marry for love.
I must be honest. I sent you that letter.
Yes, why?
And I'm sorry for how I behaved at the Wycliffe ball.
Good.
But I was outraged to see him. He's a gambler.
Really?
And a cad.
Really?
And he is in great debt.
What's his game of choice?
Anything.
Really?
Yes, horses, men,
Dogs.
cockfights, cockerels, cocks,
Cockerel fights.
cockerel fights,
And cocks.
and cocks, from what I've heard.
Cocks fighting cockerels.
And listen, I don't.
What are the odds on that?
It's a terrible thing. The men they have to pay to get in that ring.
I just feel like a cock would destroy a cockerel.
It does. The odds are immense.
My goodness.
But
I wish to see this fight.
I can give you the name of the house.
I'm also not sure I know what a cockerel is.
It's a male chicken.
All right. I believe you, Lady Jane.
Listen. I don't want to come across like I judge you for you being with Lord Cliffwood.
You said some awful things about my family at that party.
And for that, I apologise. I see that you are breaking the mould of the society I so despise, and for that, I think you are more proper than I thought. But you still are a strange creature, and I hope that you make the correct decisions in the days to come.
What are you doing later tonight?
Can you make how do you want to do this? Do you want to try this with like elegance, wit, reputation? You're trying to win her over?
I'm asking her out on a date.
Okay. Do you want to say, but I'm asking like, of what of your social skills would you like to leverage or try to lean upon to convince her?
I mean, obviously my reputation.
Okay. Knowing Lady Jane's lack of respect for the reputation of high society, that will make it an incredibly high roll.
Oh no.
But it will be an 18. But if you were to try a different tact, I'm letting you know.
Okay.
Or if you were to say, perhaps use your reputation roll and discard some of your reputation here.
Well, it would be if I'm going on a date with someone while I'm engaged to wed. But I maybe we'll go in cosplay.
Okay, I'll say, are you going in disguise or not?
Yeah, well, maybe we'll go as Joker and Harley Quinn.
Okay, that's going to remain up high, but I like the suggestion. If you say that you will be seen publicly courting, which will wreck your reputation, I will allow you to make a reputation roll here and it be a 4.
All right, I'll go for it. 12.
Hey.
She looks shocked and she goes, I didn't think that you... I'll think about it.
Caution to the wind. I did not know about my fiancé to be gambling. I didn't know he fought cocks and cockerels and bet on them, betting on the cocks every time.
Those poor men.
So I appreciate you coming to me in the Aqueduct, clean as it is, and speaking to me about this, sharing this information with me, and I will risk some of my reputation to be seen with you.
And as you sort of say this, and you continue to talk about the details of it, we shall move upwards, up the ladders, to see Alice. Alice, who has arranged to meet.
I have.
In a grassy field under a tree.
Absolutely.
And you see Octavia there sitting, and she is sort of sitting there nicely, and she's staring at the field.
And I start with an opening line. Octavia?
Yes?
Do you know what a horse and an octopus have in common?
Sorry, I just thought about a different animal other than a horse.
You don't need to, that's fine.
Okay, good.
It's this picture, because I drew a horse head on an octopus, much like your name is 8 for oct.
8
I've
legs.
drawn this for you.
My goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I know you liked animals, so I thought that would be a great opening line. How's your day?
This is the sweetest, kindest thing anybody has ever done for me.
How long have you liked horses for?
My whole life.
Your whole life.
My whole life, I've loved them. I love horses.
You love horses?
I love horses so much.
Oh,
the way they
great.
gallop, the way they move. Did you know that horses are the hardest animal to draw because they're so beautiful and perfect?
How's my drawing? Pretty bang on, hey?
Make an intuition check for me. This is going to be a 6.
16.
You can tell she has so many notes. So many notes, but she says, it's perfect. It's so perfect.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course. It's about...
Are you
Don't worry.
familiar? No. Is it about what?
Horse... Sorry.
It is to do with horses. You know, there's a very interesting phenomenon that exists, and I've been reading about it online and at the library.
On
And
the
it's
lines?
about the-
Like clotheslines?
Not online, sorry. No, in
Clotheslines?
the books.
Books?
Silly me.
Huh.
I was thinking about the washing, which I did earlier.
You what?
I was doing some washing.
Why would you do that?
Sometimes I like to do poor people things to keep my mind busy.
Oh,
Anyway,
point.
I was in the library and I was reading up on this very interesting study and phenomenon about the pipeline from horse girl to lesbian.
Right.
Are you familiar with what a lesbian is?
I really don't.
You don't know what? Let me explain.
Is it like a lady
understand.
horse that likes another lady horse?
It's kind of like that, and yes, exactly. And sometimes one woman will mount the other woman much like a horse.
A mare and a mare?
A mare and a mare. But I don't want to alarm you or anything. It's just something that I was reading. You can go away and think about
a horse
that.
with a horse makes me happy.
A horse with a horse makes... Well, guess what makes me happy?
What?
A horse with a horse makes me happy. And a mare with a mare sometimes makes me feel fantastic.
You see, as you're sort of in the gardens here, strolling across the fields, and she sort of moves a hand to touch your hand, just gently, so gently in the garden, as she says, "You're a wonderful horse, and I'm a wonderful horse." And as you're sort of like whispering, you see Gregory is walking across the field, and he looks over at the both of you.
Yep.
And he stops all of a sudden, like he has been struck by lightning. Oh,
Gregory.
hello.
Hello.
I see that you are here with a...
This is a friend of mine, Octavia. Meet Gregory. Gregory, meet Octavia.
We are horse lovers.
We are just talking about how important horses are in general and in society. How are you, Gregory? You've been well?
He's like trying hard to hold it together. You're trying to keep this illusion alive.
Yeah.
Can you give me a wit roll?
Absolutely.
I'm going to say this is a 10.
Yep. 1.
1. He goes, "You are a disgrace of a person. You have lied to me every day. Every day since we've met, you have tried to use me." And he looks to Octavia and he goes, "And I warn you, for she may try to use you as well." And that's where we shall end episode 3 of Siblings and Suitors Trope RPG.
Tell me why I care so much.
I care so much about these characters.
I actually care so much.
On the next episode of Trope RPG.
No, she imploded, turned into a wet pile of skin.
I wish for your approval, but quite frankly, if I don't get it, What's that over there? Sorry. The Intrigue.
Well, I have been proposed to by the one and only Sir Marmalade Ashford.
What did you get up to last night? You're dripping wet. And you smell of German schnitzel.
You read her like a book.
What did she just whisper to you? What happened there?
And I think what we've learned here is anytime you get an opinion from a man, you just don't believe them.
You just don't believe
And
it.
Just
it's fine.
Believe me, because we believe in women
And horses. Invite the lady up to the aisle.